Comrades, comrades,
Amandla, awethu, amandla. Comrades, comrades, I think yesterday we did very much well. We did very much well, and the bad thing that we could do is to ruin the good thing that we've done. Comrades, 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 I was still speaking. I'm trying to ensure that there is order. There is nothing wrong, comrades, with comrades engaging, but we had indicated yesterday where our engagement is going to take place. We have said, comrades, there is an overview report and also there is an activity report that has been presented. To those of you that are used in attending meetings, you'll understand that when there is any clarity to be synced, it will be synced on the matter that is on the table. The activity report has been presented. The overview report is still going to be presented. Comrades will be afforded an opportunity to seek clarities. But comrades, the chair will decide with that. Can I first clarify, then we continue, Comrades will then have to ask clarities. Why are comrades asking clarities? So that when we go to commissions, everyone is clarified what to engage on. Now, there is a culture in SADTU that takes place. Engagements of both reports, which it could be a political report in the instance of SADTU and the secretariat report, are never engaged in plenary. They are engaged in commissions. Hence why we've got commissions. But clarities are asked in plenary so that each and every one of you, when they go to commissions, are properly clarified. So it is on those bases that I think the chair says clarities will be taken, but engagements are not going to be taken because they are going to be covered in commissions. Now, when you go to your program that we have adopted yesterday, there is an area that says engagement so that comrades are not confused. The area that says engagements, it covers the presentation that is going to be presented by Comrade Mlawudi because it doesn't form part of our discussions and commissions. So Comrade Mlawudi is going to present and be engaged. So that's why you have got that section of engagements. But we are not suppressing any view that seeks to advance our growth as an organization. The only thing that we are requesting from comrades is that, can you please ask clarity so that everyone is clarified in the house? And when we go to commissions, we are all clarified and we know which point of sections to engage on, and we stop raising clarities in commissions where me and Comrade Mtimkul are not going to be there. So it is best suited that we have these engagements here. Comrades, we appeal with you. There must be a very disciplined way of raising issues. We understand that there might be frustrations and there might be ways in terms of which we are running this program which might not be familiar to yourselves. We understand that some of you are seasoned in attending other congresses, but the reality of the matter is that this is the student chapter which has got its own way and its own ways of operations. We appeal with comrades. What we might be doing, it might be foreign to you, but it might not be foreign to the student chapter. We appeal with you, comrades. The way at which we are building this organization might be totally different with the way at which other organizations are operating. If there is any point of order, comrades, fine, fair enough, the chair is going to allow it. And if it is raised, it must carry weight of being genuine. We appeal with you, comrades. We don't want to turn this national Imbizo caucuses that seems to divide us. I said to coordinators and conveners when we met, no one is better than the other here. We understand that in some of the congresses that take place, there is that thing of looking upon other institutions and other provinces that has never taken the revolution forward. What takes the revolution forward is the unity amongst ourselves, comrades. We appeal for unity, and we appeal for anything that is going to be raised to be something that is going to unite us, nothing that is going to divide us. We appeal with yourselves, comrades, and I strictly ask, I appeal, comrades, let us not destroy the good thing that we had yesterday. Because the moment, you see, there are a lot of people that are looking at us here. Apart from us being here in this room, there are people that are on Facebook. And they will begin to have a different notion. Comrades, we are still at an early stage. Probably we are beginning, as I've indicated. And the biggest mistake we could do is to destroy an organization while it's at its initial stage. Let us not do it, more especially with tendencies that are not familiar with the student chapter. I know, comrades, you are activists, you operate in many other organizations, but our scope of operation is totally different from others. This is why we have seen comrades being in plenary this way. This is why you have seen yourselves being disciplined in this way. Those that have went to other congresses can attest. What we have seen here yesterday does not take place in other organizations. Let us not destroy the good thing. We are not suppressing any hand, but we are trying to build an organization. Where we go wrong, we are going to raise it also in the engagements when we go to commissions. Because the biggest mistake that you could do, comrades, is to destroy it here in plenary, and when we go to commissions, we've got nothing to discuss. We appeal with your good selves, comrades. We appeal with your good selves, comrades. There is no view that it will be fair enough. We believe caucuses that you were holding, because we know these caucuses have taken place, are caucuses that seems to advance this union, not that seems to think that there is anyone who is better than the other. This house is not going to be divided. It's going to be united for the sake of the student chapter, for the sake of the growth of SADTU. We are future teachers, and our conduct must display so. Ngiyacela, comrades, I appeal with your good selves. Ngiyacela, comrades.
I'm going to call the national convener, Comrade and I'm going to ask that we welcome him onto the podium with a revolutionary song, comrades.
SADTU student chapter Kula. Viva SADTU, 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 Viva. Amandla. Thank you very much, my chairperson. I'm here to deliver an overview report. I'm here to deliver an overview report. Here to deliver an overview report. To the DGS, NSC members, our guests that are here, you, chairperson, the coordinator of SADTU student chapter in the national office, in the absentia, the general secretary, the entire delegation that is led by coordinators and conveners of all institutions in the different provinces. All 9 provinces are here. You are greeted, comrades. Comrade Chair, we are gathered here before the end of Youth Month, which was or is dedicated to our heroes and heroines of 1976 during the Soweto uprising. The resistance of those comrades in pursuit of free education was well heard but not properly implemented. Hence, our struggle of decolonizing education is on the pipeline. Now, you must know, comrade, SADTU is busy dealing with decolonizing education through proper channels, through proper programs. The student chapter also embraces and appreciates the patriots of 1976 for fighting and those who died for educational transformation, which is still colonized and dominated by the ideas of capitalists, comrade Umlaud. Their aim is to monopolize our resources, to own the means of production, to keep the economy to themselves. Hence, comrades, every day we demand economic freedom. Moreover, some are carrying scars of that political demonstrations for the education we are releasing, advancing today as it coincides with the second pillar of our mother body, that of creating a learning nation from Vision 2030. In all aspects, SADTU continues to fight the unjust system of education through the theme, claiming our right to have our human dignity, safety protected and respected. Comrades, they are brutally murdered. They are slaughtered. Students are getting arrested for fighting for their rights. They are not allowed to have their freedom of expression. We as SADTU student chapter are against that. And we so wish, coordinator, we can have programs of solidarity with these NAS, where we will meet and discuss their frameworks, their operations and everything. Where we'll have joint programs in support of whatever they are going through at Swaziland. We must appreciate, comrades, the initiative taken by the leadership of KZN. They went to Swaziland in solidarity with this NAT. And the student chapter was well invited there. Comrades of each chapter who went there, they've seen how people of Swaziland are living. It's very bad, comrades. You know, when you are fighting for freedom, you need your neighbors to support you. Without a support from your neighbors, you can't achieve anything. It's our responsibility, comrades of chapter, to have programs, Dube. Joint programs with the SNAS. We are saying away with the monarchy Gamswati. Now, comrades, there are things we cannot run away. We have what is known as Fourth Industrial Revolution. While we can deal with overarching matters, we need to deal with the specific realities that affect us every day, and technology cannot be left out. So that we anchor our struggle for justice on a proper understanding of the impact on our lives. The reality is that technology affects everyone. As we speak, most of you are having their cell phones in their hands. Technology. Whether positive or negative, we are all affected. Now, how it manifests itself into problems for youth will be studied and debated for years. Balancing technology throughout educational processes, especially in universities, and keeping with current trend and use of technology will affect everyone. Technology has transformed our youth's daily life and social lives. Now, how do we measure the effects of technology and on our ability to socialize or have a successful social life? Socializing is not just talking face to face. It's our ability to interact, to learn, to create original thoughts. Technology might be hindering today's youth, and their ability to socialize is affecting their capacity to read, to write, and communicate. Now, interacting with other people can be difficult at times, even unpleasant. But at the end of the day, it is a task everyone must overcome or not. Various studies shows how we have came to readily accept a more technological-based world saying. Technology is seductive when it meets our human vulnerabilities. Today, technology allows its users to communicate with others without having to see their faces, but how they interact. They interact via emails, via text, meeting vulnerability of being awkward and being boring during a conversation in real life. Yet avoiding actual interaction with other people diminishes a person's interaction, she writes. Teenagers or young people avoid making telephone calls, fearful that they will reveal too much information. They rather text. Technology provides a controlled environment in which one decides to what degree he or she would like to interact with others. But this is not how the real world works. One can text answers for a job interview or email the news of sick relative. Some things must be done in person. Accordingly, in Tufts' article, social intelligence is defined as the ability to recognize interpersonal dynamics and adapt quickly, exhibit social intelligence. The online domain is possessing no new social situations to adapt to. And if something makes one uncomfortable or annoyed, they can simply ignore, do whatsoever, out of window or throw out of window or go to another website. Increased reliance on technology will hinder the development of character. Leaders will need to develop character and communication skills beyond texting. Understand your constituency, which is significant in membership service. You will find coordinators and conveners, they don't know their members. But they have them. Technology has given children with disabilities and introverts the ability to learn through new technologies, which is good. This argument is limited to how these individuals learn and not how they do once integrated into society. Social interaction in today's youth is a hindering factor due to the increased use of technology. If we could find a way to sit at home and work and not interact in the society, then there will be a better off. But that is almost impossible. No one can just live or stay at home 365 days. There will always be a need to interact within society to work and play and live. A survey taken by 1,280 people asked, does technology help students' social skills or hurt them? The question here, there is more bullying in social medias. Some of you have been bullied in social medias. So we need to differentiate. Are you getting help in terms of socializing using technology? Or the technology is hurting you? Visual faces. In fact, 45% of employees work only for 15 minutes or less without getting interrupted, and 53% waste at least 1 hour a day due to all types of distractions. How many of you in lecture rooms can sit for 2 hours without touching the phone? There is none. How many of you here have sat here and never touched his or her phone? There is none. Do not hide it. I'm not fighting with you. So, a question we need to ask ourselves is how many hours we can survive without our cell phones here? How many can last an hour in a lecture venue without being disturbed by their cell phones? Studies grapple with the general concern of the negative aspect. Technology has the development of interpersonal skills like listening, emotional intelligence, and empathy. The current generation of children is completely different than the preceding ones. They are living in the digital age. Technology has blended in with their daily activity to become a way of life, and young people today take for granted of all which is automated. It is hard for kids nowadays to imagine a world that existed without the gadgets, electronics, and seamless operations that computer technology provides. Many psychologists and researchers are concerned about the impact that the technology has on the youth. Psychologists are concerned, including myself. I'm concerned. You must be concerned as a novice educator. Mr. Nas at Stanford states the following: the ultimate risk of heavy technology use is that it diminishes empathy by limiting how much people engage with one another, even in the same room. This shows that because of the heavy use of technology, students are not efficient communicators. Now, if we can call a debate, some they won't be able to debate properly because they are used in texting. All they do is Twitter, WhatsApp, Facebook, whatsoever. I argue that technology is not ruining students' communication skills. However, students that use technology so much end up having non-efficient communication. It is our responsibility as leaders, educators, and SADTU to rise above the situation, to balance between the ancient and modern education, using the campaign that we have, We Educate You Now. In moving forward, comrades, I want us to have a brief look or enter into our sister organizations, Progressive Youth Alliance. COSAS. Its primary objective is to organize learners in schools, serving as a neuron of all PYA components rooted in young people's vicinity. Revolution shall be priority in helping learners for a smooth transition from high school to tertiaries. Now the department has introduced plugged and unplugged coding. We therefore request COSAS to make a call of saying we should be involved and the equipment and the material should be made available in schools for learners to know and understand the basic use of computers. No one can deny the fact that technology is both a blessing and a curse. It may allow us to view and know things never imaginable, but also can cause harm that before the 21st century we never thought would be a problem because we did not know. Now we know that technology is affecting the youth, is causing social relationships to fail, increase multitasking, and addictiveness. This is why I believe our schools should take part in the mass technological literacy initiatives as part of their social justice. COSAS to be part of the initiative, understanding their constituency, and is of benefit to them. COSAS at the national level has leadership so far. We work well with them. Moreover, the Congress has been postponed for various reasons with the hope it will sit soon. As expected, mistakes may be there. Ours is to correct and guide correctly. A clear call should be made for the Department of Education to employ educators, so as the learners of COSAS should have educators in class. Now, moving to the African National Congress Youth League. I know most of you are concerned about Youth League because you are looking at Umhlaga 30, yeah? Umhlaga 30, right? SARS. Now, the structure remains one of the vital veins of the ANC as the organization. History reveals that formation was mainly to organize young people in all corners of the country and conscientize them about African National Congress. Youth League is a strong weapon to fight socio-economic issues with a better understanding of the rate and level of unemployment of our young people within the society at large. The Youth League is also preparing for the national conference, which is supposedly to sit end of June this year. The NYTT was dissolved and the new team was appointed to take the Youth League to the conference. But we must register our dissatisfaction by the delaying techniques which were made by some of the comrades to delay the conference of the Youth League. An organizational liquidation is the act of liberalism conducted by liberals who fails to understand its objectives. We must thank Youth League for having back to school campaign, which is one of the programs of the organization, which includes but not limited to learners as it addresses social ills in the communities, where needy learners are supported with school uniforms and so forth. Now, wishing luck to all the comrades who every battle, so said SADTU, every battle is won before it is ever fought. Continue to say, the general who wins a battle makes many calculations in his temple before the battle is fought. The general who loses a battle makes but few calculations. Again, good luck, comrades of Young Lions. It's now your revolutionary duty to revive the radicalism we know from the ANC Youth League. Moving to Young Communist League of South Africa. This is the most united discipline component of the PYA, which we applaud for its solidarity in all matters of the working class. There is no dispute in that comrades might have their internal differences which are caused by a battle of ideas. But that does not affect the functionality of the organization. An organization that is well-versed like this is built through robust discussion for the benefit of the National Conference recruits through political injection. I know you'll be interested in this one of SASCO. You will be interested in this one of SASCO because some of you have been there in the divisions of SASCO. We understand, comrades, you are part of PYA components. Some of you are leading Youth League, some are leading SASCO. But we want to warn you, never make a mistake of going to SASCO for factionalism using the SADTU student chapter. Reflection on the elections in 2022 gives a clear picture and description of what the rough or hostile path an organization is going through. Losing elections to the opposition parties in some of the institutions is as a result of our divisions, comrades. An intense self-introspection is required. The observation is that SASCO is derailed by old comrades. The old comrades calling themselves vanguards. Some of them failed the organization by their egos to open doors for anti-organizational processes or shenanigans. Some are specialized. We should refuse to be the generation that will be judged by history. The organization had its congress last year. An unfortunate part was that there were two parallel leaderships. The matter was taken to court for ruling and award was released. Comrades, we urge SASCO to manage their processes internally and be able to come with amicable ways to solve organizational problems. Court should not be the resolutions in all issues or in our issues. We are young people, let us not misdirect our energy in fighting with organization, but to build and unite it. We strongly condemn character assassination to leaders of the organization. Now, comrades, one understands COVID-19 hit at us very hard. New styles of teaching and learning were adopted, disadvantaged some of the students to the various reasons. One, load shedding was one of the crises which is indeed faced by the entire country, and the ongoing crisis today. SASCO concurred in supporting those who were required, or those who required the organizational support. SASCO is our hope in all institutions. Let us unite, fight back, claim our respective campuses from the oppositions. Through programs and membership service, we shall retain and have our members. Now, let us appreciate SASCO for having the Right to Learn campaign, which is a massive program to market and recruit members. Hence, combatants who participated are appreciated. Let us continue to serve our people. We make no apologies if we're in solidarity with other PYA formations, SASCO especially, when we're demanding free equal education for all, and it has been the call of our late comrades who liberated this country and stipulated in the Freedom Charter. Now, the issues of SADTU student chapter. Today marks one of the historic days in the month of June for our union, SADTU. As of today, we are officially expanding its wing beyond the scope of operation. SADTU is the union of educational workers who understands their value and the importance of association through proper and relevant organized labor union. This union has proved its worth and loyalty to her members by ensuring there are good working conditions in all different workplaces. Of course, guided by her constitution, policies, principles, and resolutions taken from various conferences. The driver of all programs being the 2030 vision through the 5 pillars adopted in the 7th Congress of SADTU in 2010. There might be a mistake there. Apologies. In 2017, our non-discriminatory, non-sexist, non-racial organization reaffirmed a decision to advantageously be rooted and organize aspirant educators as early from varsity, which gave birth to SADTU student chapter that you are leading today. In line with the constitution of the organization in clause 7, subsection 7.2, that of associate membership. President has talked about it, the GS has talked about it. Leaders and all educators in all spheres are encouraged to be lifelong learners. Be prepared to get newfangled information every day. A leader without political education is a potential criminal, so said Thomas Sankara. A question should be asked, or a question should be asked ourselves. A question we should ask ourselves. is, are we really getting the education they fought for? Do we really enjoy the righteousness of the cause of fighting? Let us congratulate and thank SADTU for such a tremendous opportunity of being taught about the gigantic organization at an early stage, one before even become an educator. We thank SADTU for prioritizing students from all different institutions offering a Bachelor of Education in the country, with a high note of understanding that not all institutions or campuses are present here today. It must be known that launching from different institutions was challenging, and in understanding politics and dynamics in all institutions and student movements. Recently, SADTU student chapter launched its campaign called We Educate You Now. All other PYA formations have their campaigns as stipulated above. Our responsibility is to organize all students in all institutions of higher learning, which provides Bachelor of Education. Student chapter, its mainly focus is to educate students what is to be in a teaching profession, what is to be a SADTU member, to educate them about benefits of becoming a SADTU member, even outside varsity as educators now, after graduating. We are a preparatory school of the organization which capacitates our members about culture, policies, principles, and the constitutions of SADTU. Chapter goes as far to represent student teachers during their teaching practices. We all aware, comrades, SASCO represents us mainly in the institutions, not during TPs, because we are outside of the institution. Student chapter understands very well that schools are operational space of SADTU, hence it represents and implement the idea, which was unknown resolution to some of the comrades whom we showed the tool of operation. They properly guided us. Leadership of SADTU properly channeled us where to find the gun. The battlefield was ours to identify and when to start the fight. The planning up to the implementation phase was initiated, being supported in all spheres, more especially trusted with the union resources. You know, comrades, if you are starting something new and you are given resources, some are saying, hey, so let's born. When you start implementing the decision, some are looking at you through the window. So let's born. They've seen today. We have showed them how dedicated you are. Thank you. Now, an opportunity to sell the idea was handed over as bait, and hence most of the RTGMs in KZN during 2018 were blessed by myself and Comrade Xolan Dube in selling the idea, which was the resolution of the Congress in 2017. Same was done with as 2018, SADTU SC from all different. We want to appreciate you, SADTU, for giving us such opportunity. We are happy, National Working Committee, National Executive Committee, to declare that all comrades of the student chapter had been politically and organizationally injected, sharpened about the organization itself. We applaud SADTU for such good political move of including student chapter in all programs of the union, and that is well appreciated. An appeal to all our members of the PYA components and the community at large. 2024 is the year of elections. Therefore, we request all learners and students to register to vote. ANC is the only organization that is capable of leading this country. Chairperson, in closure, we want to appeal with the comrades of SADTU from different sites, schools, to get ready for us. As chapter, we are coming in twofold. One, for teaching practices or experience. And two, as novice educators, because some of us have finished their degrees. We also urge the Department of Education to consider building education through employment of young educators and influx of classes without educators. Really, it is a disgrace to even talk about this because it jeopardizes the future of a learner. We are not happy about our brothers and sisters moving out of their noble provinces for job hunting simply because they are told about budget cuts and so forth. them moving out of provinces or in different places shall be on a voluntary basis, not by force of circumstances. Viva. Kula SADTU student chapter, kula. Kula SADTU student chapter, kula. Unite Gauteng province, unite. Unite Gauteng province, unite. Unite Eastern Cape province, unite. Unite Eastern Cape province, unite. Qina Limpopo, qina. Qina Limpopo, qina. Qina Western Cape, qina. Qina Western Cape, qina. Viva Northern Cape, viva. Viva Northern Cape, viva. Unite Free State, unite. Unite Free State, unite. Qina Northwest, qina. Qina Northwest, qina. Aha, KwaZulu Natal, aha. Aha, KZN, aha. Amandla. Comrade Els, qina Mpumalanga, qina. Qina Mpumalanga, qina. Thank you, Nopala waseMpumalanga.
Thanks very much, Comrade Convener. Comrades, thanks very much to that overview report by Comrade Sianda Umtimkulu. I want to trust and hope that you have taken a lot from what has been said by your Comrade Convener. I think also noteworthy in his report is him having touched on the issue of technology. South Africa has one, comrades, of the largest ICT markets in Africa, showing technological leadership in the mobile software field. And I want to believe that is why even yesterday, what was said by Umam Enji Motega resonates very deeply with what our national coordinator has shared with us today. I read a report some time back, not very far long ago, because the report is quite recent, from a United Nations conference, something on technology. And they indicated that with regards to the issue of technological ranking, South Africa is, I believe, number 56. And there are a lot of countries globally, but we're number 56, so we're on the back burner. So comrades who, because I believe most of us are still in our undergraduate phases, comrades who are studying in the math, science, and technology specializations, I'm pleading and urging that you assist the Department of Basic Education, Department of Batsasran, the second hand is from Northwest University, the third one, EUKZN, Edgewood, permission to speak, it's which university?
Okay, so that I can.
Thank you very much of the session. Greetings to the House at large. All protocol observed. On the report, the overview report, page 18, paragraph number 2, on line 4 and 5, the sentence that says, we congratulate also affiliates of COSAT who have unapologetically managed to have their own student chapters. My focus is on the word student chapters there. I don't know, was it a mistake or maybe there are student chapters of COSATU that we are not aware of, because far as I'm concerned, I only know young workers structure in most of the COSATU affiliates. If there needs to be a correction, please may it be so. And then on the third paragraph, line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, line number 6, which started on line number 5. An opportunity to sell the idea was handed over as patent. Hence, most of the RTGMs were blessed by keyword myself and keyword Xolani, Comrade Xolani Dube. It comes as a concern to say, I don't know if maybe should we rather say blessed by the presence of the student chapter, because there's another Xolani stealing money at UNISA, and then probably the Xolani Dube that we have today might change tomorrow to be to other unions. So let's prioritize the office rather than the names of people. Thank you.
Comrade, Comrade Luyanda ome phambi kwenu. I see clarity lapha ku page 4, paragraph 2, line number 8. Comrades, angilinamuntu, it's just a question, ne? So my question is, Tiwalapana, the following institution launched 2 years ago, but they did not have not held any successful programs. My question is, did the comrades or institution attempt to launch any programs? If yes, I was proposing ukuthi during ama commissions, ama institutions share ama factors that hindered ama programs abebezama ukwa launcher ukuze I believe ukuthi i-house igcwele kanje si full house kanje so kwazi ukushare like ama solutions or advise ukuthi next time when they try to launch any programs benze kanjani.
I'm Lungani Mlambo from Natal. My clarity seeking question, igu page 2. SADTU student chapters branch task team launches. It's gonna be 12. They are quite right, and there is on page 5. Second paragraph. Well, the sentence engizolifunda lingaphansi kwe topic it our relations with SASCO, and now we are told that in some of universities or campuses, our organization, which is student chapter, do not enjoy the support from SASCO. So that line might have two meanings. Maybe the House will want to understand what is happening. Is it the SASCO that is not assisting SADTU, or is it SADTU that doesn't want to join SASCO? So that we know and we address the correct matter. We don't just fumble. And also, moreover, on a clarity seeking question that was asked by my neighbor here, Comrade Luyanda, on page 4. Two these branches or these institutions were launched 2 years ago, and they never had any successful program, or never held any successful program. So that we understand the nature of the sentence, maybe we also have to understand if there are any attempts or comrades are facing difficulties, or it's just maybe sleeping on duty. I guess for now I'll put a full stop over there, and thank you, Chairperson of the session.
President Edgewood, thanks for that. Comrade from Teflo.
Greetings, comrades. I'm not trying to fight with anyone or trying to cause chaos here. But then it comes as a concern that whenever we disagree on something with the chair, she refers to us as Wena. I mean, we are comrades here.
Okay.
We propose that the chair tries to address us better. We are not going to agree on everything. So when we don't agree on everything, doesn't mean that you should refer to us as Yewena. Thank you.
Let me address, I think there was a clarity from Comrade Yasevets Vatsesrane. The clarity was you wanted to engage a clarity seeking question on the presentation by Ma'am Angie. Is that? Yeah, please repeat it. Yes. Yes. Okay.
But today we are told that the engagement report and the overview, which is supposed to be engaged, is going to be engaged on commission. So that's the clarity that I need. Which are we going to engage the reports now before we go that side to commissions, or we are going to disregard what was said yesterday? Thank you.
Okay. I think I'm going to give a national coordinator an opportunity to respond. Both of them, in fact, they'll be responding.
Okay. No, thanks for the clarities. Firstly, I think the issue that we need to address, comrades, we are live, and the way in which we address some of the speakers that came here yesterday must show a lot of respect. I think it is improper for us to address the minister as Uenji. It doesn't show respect. She's the minister, she's an elder. It should be at least Ma'am Angie or the minister. I think it carries much weight. Coming to respond to the question of engaging. Now, comrades, there are presentations that took place yesterday, more especially the ELRC, SAYS, and the two presentations from the deputy minister and the minister. Now, I will take you back to the commissions, comrades. This is why they are structured this way. We are not disregarding the presentation that took place yesterday. When you go to the commissions, we have got gender, we have got education and transformation, we have got project ministers, including the one of SAYS and the ELRC. In our commissions, they fall under education and transformation. So whatever that we have noted, any of those engagements are going to be deliberated in that commission. So I will repeat in terms of what I've said, in terms of the program and the engagements. The section that appears as engagement, that's why you see it appears after the presentation that is going to be made by Mlaudi Wasekake. Because the engagement speaks to the presentation of Comrade Mlaudi Wasekake. What Mlaudi is going to present does not form part of our organizational growth, I will say it that way. But what the presentations that have taken place forms part of our organizational growth, and they touch on day-to-day activities that affect us are going to find a transformation. You raised the issue of student-teachers allowance. We raised many issues that face us as teachers or as student teachers when we go to the classroom, and they are located under the education and transformation. So we are not disregarding that. Anything that was noted down that speaks to the presentation of Deputy Minister, the Minister, the CEO of SAYS, and the ELRC will be taken to the Education and Transformation Commission, and that will also be clarified before our breakaway to the commissions. The question that was raised with regards to programs, when the line says there were no successful programs. Now, we had requested reports from different institutions, particularly those that have launched some time ago. And what we have noted in their reports, there were attempts, but these attempts failed simply because the comrades in their institutions were not recognized, or comrades did not have any support from SADTU, either at the level of the province or the region at that particular point. So it was on those bases why comrades never had successful programs, according to the reports that we have received from institutions. Paragraph 5, what do we mean when we say UniZulu or the student chapter in UniZulu does not enjoy support from SASCO? There is no proper working relationship at all. Program.
Student chapters. The second concern, Chair, was that of the names. It's noted. It should be corrected. But by that time, there were no positions attached when the initiation was done, will be corrected. Will be corrected. Thank you.
Is there a point of clarity, comrade? Okay, Vanderbilt Park. Okay, comrade from Vanderbilt Park. Is there a point of clarity? Just a second, comrade. Is there a point of clarity from that comrade? Permission to speak. Let's hear the point of clarity first from the comrade from Vanderbilt. Let us start with the point
Chair.
of clarity.
Thank you, Chair. I'm seeking for clarity on page 5, first paragraph and the first line. As we are in a cordial relationship with SASCO, I have a question. Does this mean if I fall under a different political party, I'm not part of SADTU, or can you at least tell me how I at least...
Chapter. I trust that has been addressed, comrade. Before I take on the permission to speak, let me just try and conclude with all the points of clarity I've noted. OTUT, the other university, the University of Limpopo. Let's start with this.
So I wanted to know on how did they engage other campuses and if they are well aware of that campaign and how far is it? And also I went out, why were they omitted from these campuses that are here? Thank you so much.
We had another point of clarity from TEFLOP. Okay, let's start with the Eunice.
Greeting comrades. Ayuk Delela and chair of the session, but can you please respect us?
Was there a point of clarity?
No, I'm going to point of
Please
clarity.
take your seat. You were supposed to raise a point of order.
No.
You were supposed to raise
No,
a
I'm
point
there.
of order. Comrades,
Can
there are
I
votes that you
ask-
have been given.
can I
You are
ask-
given red, yellow, and green. Perhaps sit down.
I'm asking, I
raise
see
a
the-
point of order.
I'm saying yes, I'm pointing it clarity. Chairperson.
Oh, it's a clarity.
Yes, I'm not done, sisters. Ngicela campuses that have not held in their official launch. I see Sunside and Richards Bay. I'm from Sunside, and we have 4 branches of Sunside that are fully functioning in Gauteng. Of which it's Ekurhuleni, Florida, and Gandhi Square. Sisaqala ni support kuleyo ndawo kokuthi nangabe niyolauncha uSunside nakhona sisaqala nisilonshele nalawa ama branch. Ngisacela iclarity ukuthi kuzokhonakala ukuthi kulontshiwe kulawa ama branch wase Gauteng. Thank you.
Okay. Can we have the last point of clarity? I think that was raised by a comrade from University of Limpopo.
Thanks, Chair. My clarity goes back to the coordinator when he was clarifying the number of campuses which did not hold the official launch. There are indeed 12. If you can check on page 17, on the document that is before you, you have a province, Limpopo. It's a University of Limpopo, TEFLOP, and the university. Can you assist us there? Thank you.
Okay, while our comrades are still trying to gather themselves in understanding that point of clarity, comrades, I would like to acknowledge also the concerns that were raised by a comrade there. I believe it's from the University of Limpopo, and the comrade who just spoke who referred to me as sisters. We are comrades, and the intention is not to aggrieve anybody here. So I am appealing that we work together, and apologize if I've caused any irritation or frustration throughout this process. I want to believe that the coordinator is now ready to answer to comrade from the University of Limpopo. Or all the clarities that were raised. And the comrade who just spoke referred to.
Comrades, let's respond to the clarities. The clarity on the way We Educate You Now campaign. Now, comrades, if you go to your book 2, which is the activity report, this campaign, it is under KwaZulu-Natal. So it is the campaign that has been adopted by the KZN SADTU student chapter in KwaZulu-Natal. But probably what we should do as this house is to recommend and say, can we have this campaign being adopted by all provinces of the SADTU student chapter so that it takes place in all provinces? So this is what we should do. But the campaign, it has only been adopted by the KZN SADTU student chapter. But we can lobby one another and say this campaign should be adopted, and there should be a recommendation that the campaign should take place in all provinces. Just like how we did with the student for student that took place in Northwest, to say there is a recommendation that this be adopted, be a campaign of the student chapter, and be conducted in all provinces. The question on UP and UJ, Comrade Mongezi, I'm glad because we were part of, we did go and try and have a launch at UP. But what we discovered upon our launch is that comrades had lied to say they are part of student teachers, only to find out that they belonged to other degrees, not in B.Ed faculty. So that could not constitute to an official launch, and as a result, they are not part of the comrades that have officially launched. So I wanted to address that. So it was on those bases. The question that has been raised by comrades of Limpopo, could you please kindly repeat your question so that I will respond, and I will respond appropriately, understanding the question, my leader. I appeal to you, Chair.
Thanks, Chair.
Could you kindly speak through me, comrade of University of Limpopo?
Yes, thank you, Chair.
Okay.
It was not a question. It was a clarity based on the response. When you were saying it is not supposed to be 12, it's supposed to be 11. I'm saying if you go to page 17, through you, Chair, can we check whether it is on page 17? Thank you. There is Limpopo. On the side of university or campuses, Renali, University of Limpopo.
Can I just intervene? Comrade from the University of Limpopo, which book are you carrying, my leader, red or green? Because we're on the green book. I think that is where the confusion is.
The red one.
Okay. Well, currently on the green book, but I will give the national coordinator an opportunity to speak to that issue that you are raising. You can continue.
We can give him the red book.
No, it's fine.
Thank you.
We're sorted, we have it.
Thank you. Page 17 of the red book. You have a province, it's Limpopo, university or campus. We have a University of Limpopo, Teflop. Can you see it? Then there is University of Vend, Univend. Then when you come back to page 2, continuing on page 3, Univend is not there. So I think what is missing on campuses that have not held their official launch, it's Univend. Thank you.
Okay, let me give a coordinator an opportunity to respond to that.
Yeah, no, thanks, Chair. I thought probably you were going to pull the comrade into order. I feel so. I will indicate why, my Chair. We are on book 2, which speaks of the activity report and the overview report. And then there is book 1 that speaks to the credentials of comrades that are present. So the activity report addresses on the issues of launches. And then book 1 addresses the issue of credentials. You might be here only to find out that you're not part of the official launch, but you are here based on the credentials. So I wanted to indicate that, Chair, I think there is a contradiction there and there. But however, we do hear the concern that is being raised by the comrade. Thank you, Chair.
Comrades, now I'm going to move to the hands. Are we sorted? Is everybody sorted? Okay, there is a point of clarity. Can I just deal with all the points of clarities? Again, comrade from the University of Limpopo. Comrade, you can proceed with your clarity.
Thank you, Chair. Again, I don't know. In conclusion, is comrade coordinator saying that there are still 11, we are moving from 12 to 11, or we're gonna add Univen or what? Because I feel like it was not responded to.
Okay.
Thank you.
Coordinate.
Yeah, no. For the sake of progress, Chair, this is what we are going to do, because comrades are present and they have never had any official launch. We are going to add them on the list to say Univen is also part of the list, and then it makes 12. Thank you, Chair.
Thanks very much. I trust the comrade from the University of Limpopo is satisfied with that. We're now going to move the way of comrade North.
Thank you very much once again, Chair of the session. Through you, Chair, I would like to just briefly speak on the issue that was raised regarding to EFF members taking up membership and stuff like that, if you permit me.
Okay, yes.
Thank you very much, Chair of the session. There was an attempt.
Just a second, my leadership. I feel it's going to take the direction of a discussion, that one. Can we just pack it and make space for it maybe in the engagements?
It won't, Chair, I promise.
I believe it will take a directional discussion and open up a whole can of discussions.
Perhaps maybe if you could just
No,
hear
can you
what
just take a seat? Maybe we will pack it for engage. Comrades, I want to be, there is a point of order from TUT. Yes. Come.
Thank you, Comrade Chair. Greetings to the House at large. I'm Comrade Nick from Gauteng, also from the Republic of Soshanguve. Comrade Chair, I'm raising on a point of order, Comrade Chair. There are situations where comrades are raising points and then you suppress them. Comrade Chair, can you allow comrades to address what they want to address and then you rule on that thereafter, Comrade Chair? And also again, Comrade Chair, a comrade from Teflop rose and raise a genuine point to say, Comrade Chair, don't call people when, and you didn't even withdraw that one. You just said, I apologize, of which it's not a genuine apology, Comrade Chair. That one we know. But then again, Comrade Chair, you should also refrain from threatening comrades to say, when they're raising point of orders, there's a door they should leave. We can't do that, Comrade Chair. We are here to engage. We should have engagements to grow the movement. Thank you, Comrade Chair.
Don't argue. Don't argue.
My comrades, I think my word still remains. The door is there. We're not going to disrespect each other, la. And just a second. There was a point of order. You have been noted there, Vets. Point of order from in Northwest.
Chair of the session, thank you very much. I think as far as Book 1 is concerned, we have been trying to align ourselves very much with the national Imbizo.
I think I had another point of order from Vets.
Oh, sorry. No, Chair, I want to, I think we should outline the rules of engagement because Ngati, we don't understand and it was okay because they were like, we need to understand how we do things in this organization. And I think this is the period where we learn. Because how I understand rules of engagement is that when they raise an order on you, someone else must come and say, no, you're out of order. It's going to be a process where you end up saying, no, comrades must leave. And number 3, comrades, some of us are coming from far, some are coming from different provinces. To be told that when you don't disagree with the chair, you can leave the room. And we keep on being reminded, Uguti, we are from different conferences. Yes, we have comrades, we have attended conferences. But there has never been an instance where we engage. I think it's very wrong for you to tell comrades to leave the room because it doesn't satisfy you, Chair. And if it is a matter of comrades feeling disrespected, don't justify our feelings, Chair. You must be able to come to our level to say, I was wrong with how I addressed comrades. I apologize. I apologize. Because we're human beings. Respect from you, Chair, because we're human beings before anything. Thank you, Chair.
Comrade from Siabuso, I think that you were rising on a point of clarity, ne? Okay.
Thank you, Chair. Revolutionary greetings to the House at large. Comrade Lamin here from Siabuswa. Thank you for the platform,
Your voice.
On Book 1, the draft program.
Do you say your voice?
Comrades, can we just refrain from talking in between? Could you kindly repeat that?
Book 1, support from SADTU. So that's all.
Was that the clarity?
Yeah.
I'm still trying, okay. Just a second. It's fine. Comrades, can we, comrades, the national coordinator is going to respond.
Respond on the last question. We were indeed supposed to have SASCO.
Comrades, we're now going to move to the next item, item 20. We're now going to move to the next item, or item 20 on the program, that will be presented by our following speaker, but I'm going to call the national coordinator to come and introduce that speaker.
We also welcome the presence of Comrade Norman Mashihwan, who has just joined us. He's also the former leader, is amongst the founders of the student chapter as well, our comrade from Limpopo. The next speaker, comrade,
intimidated, Comrade Chair. And as I raise my order, perhaps it's important that we make it very clear that we're not intimidated,
Is it still morning? Okay. Good morning, everybody. You're almost there. You don't need to beat yourself too much. You have made a lot of progress. You are on the right path. But you're also learning. I want to appeal to all of you to feel at home. And none of you must feel intimidated. All of you, irrespective, including the leadership collective in front here. Just to share with you how we deal with issues. I know that you raised points of order, and you feel like they were not attended to. And what have you? Are you able to tone down on this one? You know, human beings are emotional beings. The journey is still very long. So let's support one another. So in the interest of time, your order is sustained. And at the same time, I stood before you yesterday to say respect begets respect. Do to others as you would wish them to do to you. And in that way, you are one thing, you move forward as a collective. You are still going to need me, and I'm still going to need you as a fellow teacher moving forward.
Thanks a lot, President. As we have all indicated, comrades, that part of this journey is also learning. And part of learning is to be corrected when we do wrong. And there is nothing wrong when we are being corrected. And we very much appreciate that our President will learn each and every time when there are mistakes. The speaker that I'm going to introduce, comrades, is the author of the 2 volumes, which is Socialism Nomdomush. They are thick volumes, book 1 and book 2. He's also the author of Meditations from the Gutter. But what makes him more special is the fact that he has always been there in the journey of us having to start the student chapter. He might not have been physically there, but through his writing, he has been there. The comrade has supported us immensely in terms of making sure that we achieve this dream. And this is
a very generous introduction. My name is Molaodi Wasikake, all the way from a very small township in Durban called Clermont. I just want to, first and foremost, greet the entire leadership of SADTU, led by the President. I humbly greet you. I just want to also greet the leadership of SNAS. President, I greet you. I greet the entire delegation of student chapter. So this is how we are going to go about it. I'm not going to take long. Those who have been in our sessions, they know that we follow the teachings of Paulo Ferrer. The way we exchange ideas, the way we transfer knowledge is very participatory. So I'm not going to be standing on the podium. It's very constraining. So I'm going to be moving around because the entire process has to be participatory and all of us have to have a sense of belonging. And this is how we are going to do it. If someone I'm hoping those comrades who are going to assist him with the roving mics. If someone were to enter here, this room where we are, and say to us, comrades, what are we going to eat? Are we going to eat KFC or Nando's? Is there anything wrong with that question? Someone enters there and says, comrade,
ndicinga uba mna sihleli kanje mhlawumbi ukuthi gqi mhlawumbi umntu ngohlobo uthetha ngalo agqise sixelele ukuba sikhetha ntoni KFC usazelaphi kuqala uba sesimtyile uKFC kanye sesimtyile uNando's kanye siyayitya na inyama what if what if size
you are covered. You are covered by who between the two?